You can follow her at Carly Harvey on YouTube.
I know, but it's not available in the U.S. I'm glad I got to share that treat with you guys. You can find videos of it on YouTube. So
let me give you guys a little background on Miss Carly Harvey.
All right.
And Carly, make sure you send me a request. I'm going to go over here and let the people know your background, your bio. Indeed, indeed. Based out of Washington, D.C. Hello. Based out of Washington, D.C., Carly Harvey combines blues, jazz, soul, and Americana root styles to create a unique sound that calls to mind Etta James. Girl, I totally hear Etta in your voice. I totally hear yes, Etta James, Bonnie Raitt, Nina Simone, with a little Ella Fitzgerald thrown in for good measure. She said a little bit of Ella Fitzgerald put in for good measure. I love it. In 2018, Miss Harvey was featured in Big City Blues magazine as one of the youngest blues artists to watch. She has had the privilege to share the stage with iconic musicians including Anika Chambers, Ron Holloway, Kebby Williams, Ephraim Owens, Corey Henry, Kofi Bridge, Junior Marvin, and Susan Tedeschi, another artist whose work has been foundational to her musical evolution. Carly is a two-time Blues Society Battle of the Bands winner, Duo 2016 and Band 2018, and was proclaimed DC's Queen of the Blues in 2016 by Dr. Nick Johnson of WPFW Radio. Carly's band represented DC in the International Blues Challenge in Memphis in January 2019 and advanced to the semifinals. In early 2019, released a new EP titled Kiss and Ride Volume 1, and the hit single She Ain't Me, Hello, is charting on regional blues radio stations. She was shortly after voted second place for Best Performance Artist in Washington, D.C.'s City Paper Best of DC 2019, international crossover album titled Among the Stars, and an EP titled YAMWAO with Italian producer-composer Taste of Dreams as an additional project that has allowed Carly to explore an element of her musicianship beyond the blues. Let's bring Carly on, y'all. Come on, comments. Some claps and high fives in the comments. Woo! Yeah, she made it.
Hi.
Do a mic check with me. Let me hear you say mic check 1 2.
Mic check 1 2.
Okay, let's see. Say it one more time for me.
Mic check 1 2.
Yo, this system every time it gets me. All right, let me try it. All right, one more time.
Mic check 1 2.
There we are. We in there. We're in there. Woo! We're trying to get this system right because I'm trying to bring the best sound we can possibly to these interviews, live performances. DC Music Summit's trying to step it up. We need you all to donate to our GoFundMe. We're trying to bring the best DCMS 2020 conference coming in the spring, so we need your help. Carly Harvey, girl, you look beautiful.
Oh, thank you. This is my morning face. Ooh.
Morning face, cheekbones is on. Hey, highlight.
Girl,
I love it.
I've got eyeliner and a little brow filling and some lipstick. I didn't put on anything else.
It's simple, natural. We love it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep it. Your hair looks beautiful too. It's grown a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So tell us how you feeling.
I'm feeling great. You know,
Okay.
The allergy season is coming around. You can hear my voice is a little raspy, but we look for the silver lining in Corona. And usually I would have gigs like all week, every day. But I have one gig on Thursday and one gig on Sunday. So I
gigs.
Get a little rest time.
So tell us about the gigs. Are these online? Are these in person?
So the gig on Thursday is at a retirement home, and it's going to be socially distanced. So they're going to project me on like a large
beautiful to protect the older folks. Yes, yeah.
But I'll be outdoors, so that's going to be challenging. It's a solo show. So usually, if my band is around, then I don't have to play an instrument. So this is a solo show, so my fingers are going to be cold outside. The type of music I play, blues and jazz, like the demographic, of my fans is, very wide. And
absolutely.
The people like to dance and swing the blues and jazz at the retirement home. So
oh, good. Good. And I know that makes them so happy and cheers them up during this time.
Well, they're always like, yeah. So there's always somebody who says, play Moon River. Like, they're like, come on with this other stuff. I want to hear you play Moon River. And I'm like, okay.
I know that's right. I know that's right. So how have these experiences been with you said they're going to use a projector, so how have these experiences been where you've kind of been at least at location, but not in front of the audience?
I've only done that one other time. That was at Crescendo Studios, and they had a stage. And most of the members of my band decided to get tested because we were going to be around each other.
Wow. Okay.
But so everyone on the crew wears a mask, and then it's like a drive-through movie. So the cars are sitting outside, and they have a big screen. So people are sitting in their cars. Some people stand outside of their car and dance around, whatever. And they like flash headlights, and that was our form of applause. It was weird, to not have, like when you like sing your ass off, or like, somebody plays an epic solo and like the crowd goes wild and you're just like flashing lights on a different screen. It feels a little bit weird, but I'm so grateful to have been able to do it. Because I think a lot of musicians are feeling, I don't know, I feel empty inside when I'm not performing. I'm like, what am I going to do with my life? What do I do with myself? So
yes, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's our therapy for real. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a, I don't know what the word right now. It's too early. I don't know. It's noon, but for me, that's early. But, it's a double therapy. It's therapy for us and for others.
Absolutely.
What we're giving is also therapeutic for the listeners, for the people who are grabbing onto those stories we're telling and the songs. And so to not be able to do that, it's hard.
Yeah.
But, I'm looking forward to my shows.
Good. Yeah.
And Sunday is my first show inside a venue.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The other ones have either been live stream or I've been outdoors filming with my band.
Okay. And where will this be? What's city, state?
What's that?
Where will this be? What city, what state?
Oh, so I started a new project with some friends of mine who happen to be in my safe bubble. So, and one of the ladies is my bass player in my band.
Okay.
So we've got Holly Montgomery and Denny Langer, also known as Black Betty. We formed the Honey Larks, which is like a female.
Oh, I love it. I think I've seen you guys do. Yeah. A lot of acapellas
like
online.
Super group.
Yeah.
Like female band leaders in DC. So that's going to be at Pearl Street Warehouse, which is in DC.
Oh, it will be in DC indoors.
Yeah, DC.
Okay.
Well,
so Pearl.
The only reason why I agreed to it, there have been other venues to reach out to me.
Oh, good.
I can't play in you can't play in the Hamilton.
Oh, it's small in the Hamilton. Yeah, it's a little tight. Yeah,
I love the Hamilton. And I can't wait till they're open, especially my band to play in the loft. So I don't want to knock any venues, but other venues, it's just not the same. Pearl Street Warehouse, the bar is open.
It is. They have that glass opening. True.
It's
very
open
smart
in the back, and they have a way for us to keep distant from the audience members. So that's
crazy blessing right there.
Yeah,
that's a crazy uncanny that we were like, we kind of went through this phase with the restaurants and spaces. We're making sure that they had patio openings and extra openings of their walls for glass windows and stuff like that. So this is uncanny and timely at the same time.
Yeah, it's a challenge, but again, I'm glad there have been people to find like innovative and creative ways to go around things so that musicians can still like, do our thing,
Absolutely.
And, so that's going to be good. And we're going to do some Halloween-y kind of songs.
Okay.
So there'll be like a Halloween set, and I think we're going to dress up, too, like for the.
Oh, I love it. Oh, yeah. Good. Do you know who you're going to be, or what you thinking about for costume?
Well, you guys should check out online hashtag Honeylarks. We dressed as witches. We all went to we had like a bonding party, and we saw Harry Potter at the National Stadium, and it was like an outdoor movie. P.S. That screen should be bigger. just saying. But we all dressed like witches, and it was so cool. And so we might just dress like witches, but there's been some talk of Powerpuff Girls.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's someone drew a character of an indigenous Powerpuff Girl, so I was like, hey.
That is too cute. I love it. It. Yeah, that's beautiful. How do you feel about this beautiful honoring of Hispanic Heritage Month, and how do you feel about that?
I mean, I'm so glad that it exists, because for a long time, I mean, there was like only Black History Month, and then there was like Women's History Month, and they slid in with Native American Heritage Month, and so I'm so glad, especially right now, because we have people of Hispanic heritage, Latinx people, being really discriminated against, and certain people in certain parts of the world see them as a burden on our country, and lazy, and people who don't work. And I'm like, those are the most hardworking people ever. I mean, and do what it takes to take care of their family. And I have Hispanic heritage as well, so that's really important to me. And I'm coming from a different perspective. So my grandmother is Black and Mexican, Afro-Chicana. So she's, American born, but Hispanic or Latino heritage, Mexican heritage is like really, really strong. So, and it carries through generations. So it's not like, that's my grandma, so whatever, I don't care,
No, you have to acknowledge that.
Yeah, exactly. I acknowledge all of my heritage. I do identify as Afro-Indigenous, but, I acknowledge, all of my heritage, because people want to know where they come from, and those traditions and, ways of culture are important to us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Crafting who we are and who we want to be. And so I was fortunate to live in a house where my dad was playing Celia Cruz and Tito Puente, and also Santana, and also Bootsy Collins, and also Carlys.
So range on fleek.
Great music. Exactly. So and people are like, do you know so-and-so? I don't know everybody, because I'm all over the place.
So with this multi-heritage that you have, Afro-Indigenous, Afro-Chicana, how is it in this blues atmosphere? In your genre, how is it, like, especially in the DMV community? How is it rising in this community?
I don't know that it's rising. I think that it's hard. Okay. We've seen blues and jazz kind of like become like a internationally accepted and loved genre, but not always honored and respected for where it comes from. Right. And right now, what we're seeing, like, in the mainstream, there are lots of Black artists who are like killing it out there, and very few of them are getting recognition, because it's more fascinating to see someone of a different culture, create this music and do it well. So that's been my experience. Like, it's like, I need certain things like nominations and wins to make me seem appealing. But with that said, like, I just shared a night at Can't Stop the Blues with Oscar Ornelas. I think that's his last name. We just met, but he's great, and I'm not sure of his heritage, but he's Latino, and and he's playing blues. And I used to have like a few years ago, my guitarist in my band was Jose Ramirez. He's from Costa Rica, and they're doing well, in the blues scene. And also shout out to Bridget Rios Purdy.
Hey, Bridget.
Hi. I hope you're watching. But so she is Mexican and Portuguese, and she is a firecracker. So I love seeing Hispanic, Latino people in the blues scene, and I think that I think they are doing well. If you're Hispanic without the Afro,
yeah,
then that's also part of this is fascinating, and wow, these are great musicians. So I'm very happy for them. That just hasn't been the experience for me. And that's not to say I'm not grateful for what I have, and I definitely have a successful career that I'm proud of. And there's just things we see and that we recognize that, you know, pretending it's not there doesn't solve the problem. You know? So you don't walk around with a chip on your shoulder, but it's like, I see what's happening, and I know where I stand, and I know that when a pathway is blocked for me, I will just build my own bridge, because that's what my ancestors have done since the beginning of time. All of them, my Mexican ancestors, my Native American ancestors, my Black ancestors, African ancestors, all of them. Build your own bridge. So that's what I'm doing. That's
Absolutely.
I'm doing here.
Yeah. So,
and I'm proud,
yeah, and you should be. And thank you for being fearless in creating your own bridge, and to continue to represent in that area, to show where it comes from, and the Afro-Indigenous of it all. You know, so what are some of the goals of your like? What do you feel in your purpose you are to show to young women, to young men? What do you try to express in your music and through your imagery?
Well, one, I'm a curvy lady. I'm a plus size lady. And
Power to the curvy girls.
Exactly. I started modeling. I've always loved fashion, but there was a time in my life where my body was changing and I wasn't comfortable in my own skin. I would wear long sleeves because I was like, I don't want anyone to see my stretch marks. Or I was hot in the line at Six Flags, like
wearing the right.
And then, one day something clicked, and I was like, why should I be suffering to make other people comfortable?
Hello.
My fat body or whatever.
Hello.
So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wear what the hell I want to, and I'm gonna dress myself well. And so one of the things I hope I do, and have been told that I do, is inspire women of all sizes, because there are very thin women who are self-conscious about their body.
Yes.
Because they've been
it's across the board,
and criticize themselves. And so I think just my presence, just standing there, living fully authentically, inspires people, and I love doing that. And people have told me as much. So I do love to do that with the music and the fashion kind of together. And then blues didn't always feel accessible to me when I was younger, and I didn't want to sing blues. That wasn't my goal in life. It kind of chased after me and followed me. And so the other thing I do is I'll take pop songs or like modern nuances and put them in a blues song, or take a pop song and put it in a blues or jazz setting, so that younger people are like, oh, I know that song. I know the X's and O's. I know Single Ladies. So I'll like do a blues version or arrangement of the song.
Smooth.
And so that's why something I'm very proud of is that, like, you go to any blues show, there's mostly like 45 and up, and one demographic racially, usually. And mine is like, there's 25-year-olds and there's 70-year-olds.
Good. Dancing and having a good time.
Demographics, yes. And there's something for everybody to enjoy. So I want to like bridge that age gap in blues and jazz. Like, blues is for everyone,
Absolutely.
So, and it's not old people music, and it isn't so far removed from Blackness.
Right.
I think some people, especially younger Black people, feel like, well, it's so far removed from us now, like it's not ours anymore. And I'm like,
no, it's
well, I don't mind sharing, but it is still ours. And
that's right. Yeah.
Anybody can sing it, and I respect that and love that music we create is so amazing that other people want to be a part of it. I'm honored and you know, so
hopefully it can make the world a better place too, with everybody, you know, being influenced by it. That's how I see it. You know, I want everybody to be influenced by it. Hopefully it'll change minds. I don't want you to take and then still have a negative mindset, you know, or a prejudice mindset. I want you to, if you're going to be a part of it, use it to change the world and create love and spread happiness and amplify the people who are at the start of it. Indeed.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what are you doing? And thank you for that. What are you doing in COVID? I know you have your gigs, which is amazing that you're getting work, that venues are calling you. That is such a blessing. What else are you doing to stay inspired and work when you're working at home to create? Because there's a lot of darkness happening. You know, we've had the pandemic. We've also had the racial pandemic. You know, people have lost jobs. You know, our venues have closed. You know, what are you doing to thrive?
Well, I know that the beginning of blues comes as a social commentary about being downtrodden and in pain, right? And then eventually it became more like fun or about, you know, sexual. But, you know, there were lots of women in blues actually very blatantly in their lyrics talking about their lesbian lifestyle.
Wow.
And because these were Black women singing blues, lots of times it was just overlooked. There was no one censoring them. They were saying some crazy stuff.
Yeah. I've heard some really crazy stuff that I thought like Lil' Kim would have spit. Like one time like before, and I was like, hold up, this came out when? I said, they were lying to me. All these years they was wilding out.
in the 20s. In the 20s. I want to do that again. I mean,
okay.
So I've been writing some more socially conscious music. I mean, most of my songs are about my experiences and relationships, but I've been writing some socially conscious music and integrating my indigenous roots into the blues. So the next album that comes out is going to be a little bit different. So it'll still be Carly Harvey. It'll still be my vibe, but it's going to have a little bit more consciousness and awareness there.
Good.
And I think that as artists, we do, like, it's what we've been gifted, but we also have a responsibility with our platforms. And I want to use the platform well. So that's what I've been doing. I've been live streaming and just trying to be positive in the midst of all the crazy. Vote.
You vote. Please vote. Vote. Make America dope again. We need you to help us. Indeed. Yeah. So what's up next for Carly? What's going on now?
Well, you know, again, as I was saying, chasing these awards and these accolades. I'm exhausted. We know in this industry you'll get lots of no's before you get a yes. And sometimes all of the no's are disheartening, and they are they can weigh you down. So instead of rushing to meet deadlines so I can submit to the Grammys, or rushing to meet deadlines so I can get the Blues Music Awards, I'm taking my time with this next project. And it's harder to get people to collaborate, especially like drum circle singers, because of COVID. So it's like, can I get samples? But I'm working with some producers, so they're going to remaster all of the songs from my EP.
Excellent.
Horns on them. So I'm just really focusing on the creativity part of it. I'm also getting piano lessons. I mean, I already play piano. I play keyboard, and it's fine, but I've always just been like, I can accompany myself, whatever. And when it came to blues and jazz, I just have a band, you know.
Got it.
When it's more intense, you know. But I'm like, you know, maybe I want to be the next Marsha Ball. So I'm getting specifically blues piano lessons to just spice it up a little, you know, just to improve my own musicianship. And I'm also taking horseback riding lessons.
Go ahead. That's awesome. Wow.
It teaches about life. Like, it's very, like, therapeutic. And, and, you know, it's even helping me learn how to, like, operate in my business. Like, you know, I have a music studio. I teach beginner to intermediate piano and voice lessons. And my main thing is I want to have a great relationship with my students, and I want them to see me as a mentor as well as a teacher.
Yeah.
But the business end of it is, you know, the payments and getting people to like honor the price I charge. And I believe I deserve the price I charge.
Yeah.
But asserting that without being a pushover is hard. You know,
it is so hard. Yeah.
I'm learning in my horse lessons, horse riding lessons, how to be a better business person. So
yeah. And that's what DC Music Summit is here for. I mean, I would say to become a better business person is a daily thing. You know, I mean, every day I'm growing and trying to learn how to better communicate and also put my foot down, but also figure out how I can meet in the middle, all types of things. So I commend you also on trying to figure that out. But that's what DC Music Summit is doing. We're trying our best to, you know, get creatives to be more professional, you know. And I wanted to ask you one other question, and it's because you brought up the awards and accolades. And I mean, how much do they mean to you? We have the Whammies here. We in DC that's just revived. You know, the Grammys is wanting to be more culturally conscious. How do you feel about, you know, these awards and ceremonies, and why do you feel like you do have to grab at them?
Well, I think that the more of them you have, the more people begin to look at you. Like if you don't have a platform, like you know, some people have the money to just invest and then go on tour, and then you can market yourself in a certain way. It's like, I've been on tour, I've done this and I've done that. And so it comes down to a marketability issue, because our industry, it is about the music, and I appreciate venues that really love to present good music. But the other part is marketing and filling seats. And if my Afro-Indigenous excellence am mundane in my genre, then I need something else to make me marketable. And I can't feel the authenticity of what I do if I have gimmicks. You know what I mean? So I don't have, I just stand still and I sing.
Yes.
And I provide an experience, you know? And so the gimmick is, or it's just the recognition and the things like that. So if, like DC's Queen of the Blues, right?
Yeah.
That's like, wow, DC's Queen of the Blues.
Yes.
Like, you sit up and you listen and you're like, oh, let me check that out. But if you're like local blues artist, Carlys, who's a good singer,
right,
then it's like, that's just there's nothing getting people to like listen to it. So if you say Whammy nominated or Whammy winning or International Blues Challenge winner, or, you know, things like that, that gets people to look at you. So it's not that great musicians don't have those awards and accolades. It's that when they have them, they can reach broader audiences.
Yes.
And have an easier time booking. Like when we're musicians, if you don't have an agent, then that's a whole business of its own. You know that, you know, I do my own graphic design and media marketing and build my own website, and I'm doing all of the booking. So
all of it. Yeah.
That's also hard, marketing yourself. It's like, hello, I'm Carly. I'm really great. You want me at your show? Like, I need someone named Bob or Robert to be like, please listen to Carly Harvey. Like, I think I need
so true. So true. So true.
But that's what those things mean to me. So when they are, you know, when people say like, oh, that doesn't matter, like, it doesn't even matter, like, whatever, don't feel let down. Like, I think don't feel let down and let it stop you from going where you know you're meant to go.
Please don't let it stop you. Yeah.
But those, when they're like, it doesn't matter, it definitely matters. It matters to people like me, to artists like me who either don't have the money or like a separate platform, like pushing them in that direction. So
it definitely is a challenge. How fair do you think it's been? Do you think they could be more fair? Some new things they can implement, or?
Well, I don't know about the Grammys, but I am grateful that blues is now on the Grammy ballot, and it was for a long time. And like, you've got rock and roll and R&B and all these genres that are only exist because of blues. And then there's the Country Music Awards that gets televised. So we're working on getting the Blues Music Awards televised. But
oh, good.
So, but I'm glad there's a space now. That's something I can aspire for. There's a space for me on the Grammy ballot.
Yes.
So,
okay.
I'm grateful for that.
Yes.
I think what got it there was the Rolling Stones, though. The Rolling Stones, they did a blues album. And,
got it. Mm-hmm.
And
okay.
Yeah, so I think that's what kind of pushed it in that direction. It's like, so thank you, Rolling Stones.
Stones, indeed. You know how it is, yeah.
So I think the things are it's subjective. It's based on who's voting, like, you know, what's on their mind. Or I think at the Grammys, like, you can like market to the people on the board with packages. So you have like this marketing package to send them. That's like the background stuff that people don't know about, you know? So you're like sending in a pack, like a package. It's very similar to politics, right? When
promoting stuff,
organizations like, you know, financially support a politician, and then all of their views are in alignment with who gives the most money, things like that. So it's very similar. So anyway, you market to the board members, and so then it's not necessarily who does have the best album of the year, who did put their heart into it and you could feel it. It's some of that will get you pretty far. It'll get you recognized, but the wins sometimes are based on other things.
So is there anything that you'd like to share to inspire our DC music community, our DC Music Summit community? Anything that you'd like to say to us aspiring artists, for inspiring professionals? Because, you know, DC, we're still trying to build a lot of music industry here, even though we have immense talent.
We have immense talent, and we have a really thriving music scene that gets overlooked. And
all the time.
You know, we don't have that label like New York or LA or Austin, but we are doing what they do. We're doing it well. I'm sad to see all the venues have to close because of the pandemic, but I say there have been times that I wanted to just give up because it gets hard.
Oh, yes.
Challenging, financially challenging. Those months where you're like, where am I going to get this money from? I'm always taken care of because I've shifted myself out of a scarcity mindset. I'm always taken care of, and I always have more than enough. So I would love to say, do not be afraid to invest in yourself, because the return is always going to be greater than whatever you fear that you'll lose. And I would also say to aspiring musicians, get like a mentor or a buddy, somebody who can tell you how venues in this scene operate, because they're counting on your ignorance. They're counting on you not knowing. And if we all stand unified as musicians and say, I'm not going to accept $200 for a 5-piece band. Exactly. Then if they want entertainment at their venue and the people you're bringing, if we all say, hey, I'm not going to accept that, then they will have to elevate for all of us. So
that's right.
So don't let yourself be taken advantage of, or just accept anything just to have it. Still know your worth. And don't stop. If someone says get a job at a desk and you say that's what I'll do so I will be less stressed out, if that makes you feel dead inside, don't quit, because then you'll be one of those miserable people who are like, I became a lawyer and then I quit being a lawyer when I was 60 to do music full time. Just keep going. Because it's worth it. It's worth it. Musicians live longer. We are happier. Listen, and if you're going to be poor and happy. You're
Please.
Not
be happy.
Be your own boss.
Do what you want to do. That's right. Let's read some of these shout outs in the chat. We have Chris Matlet, who said, this is an educational conversation. Thank you so much, Chris Matlet Music. Singer DeQuan said, much needed. Awesome. We've got Gypsy Burns said, don't give up. We need you and your voice, Carly. Come on. Blues Forward gives a great thumbs up. Mecca Lush says, they count on your ignorance. That is the truth. They really, really do. So we have to be informed as creatives and really so we can propel forward. Can you let the people know where to find you? We appreciate so much of this takeover. Also, right after this takeover, Carly's going to take over for the next 24 or 48 hours.
48 hours, I think.
48 hours. Carly's going to be taking over. Blue Fast Forward says, I left my job and my album. I've been working on music since 18 is finally done. 33 now. Thank you for your confirmation. Wow. I love when people feel the confirmations. Thank you so much, Carly. Let the people know where they can find you and follow you and everything.
Okay. So follow me here on Instagram at Carly H Music and on Facebook, Carly Harvey Music. Also like my new project page, The Honey Larks, on Facebook and on Instagram. On YouTube, I'm Carly Harvey Music. You can follow my channel. My website is carlyharvey.com. There's an EP, Kiss and Ride Volume 1, that's out that I hope you guys will pick up.
Kiss and Ride.
Yes, Kiss and Ride.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, that's my blues project. I have quite a few projects, and I've got some EDM too, which is totally separate from my blues and jazz, but I love it. So that's with a producer called Taste of Dream. He's based out of Sardinia, Italy. So if you like chill out EDM, you can check that out. Our are called Among the Stars, and we have another one called You and Me, We Are One. That was the one you were reading. YAM.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the You and Me, We Are One.
That's cool. That's cool. That's the acronym. Got it. That's awesome. Yeah, thank you, Carly. Oh my God, sister. I cannot wait for us to have another we had a ladies' night. We had some cocktails and all that. Oh man, we got to call Candace Mill Music. We love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being a part of this, sis. Thank you. And being so transparent and showing us that love. Thank you. Talk to you soon.
Dior.
Thank you.
Love you so much.
Love you too. I appreciate you.
All right.
Y'all, that was Carly Harvey. So awesome. Great interview. Make sure you follow. We have more takeovers. You can follow us at DC Music Summit on YouTube. We have back-to-back interviews that you can check out there. We've had Domino Saints. We've had Solia. So you got, we also had, I think, Neurofarm. So yes, we had Neurofarm and Black Masala. So check out everything right now at our YouTube page. Make sure you subscribe. Please share this interview. We love you, Carly Harvey. We love our DC music community. DC Music Summit 2021. We've got so much more coming up. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Love and peace.